Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel Tarot C. I'm C and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come out in today's reading for you. Thank you so much for joining up, for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out, what messages come through with the cards that do come out in this reading. So the first card we have is the Four of Cups. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Ten of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands show up here at the bottom of the deck. This does feel like an energy of feeling like somebody's taking on a lot. I do feel like with this Ten of Wands showing up over here, it feels like a lot of responsibilities, even in other areas of somebody's life. But it does feel like there is a sense of actually having to take on the challenge of being able to see a lot of those through. I do feel like with this Ten of Wands, this feels like a burden, but this does feel like an energy of really needing to be able to really persevere through really being in a space of where it may feel like things are heavy right now, but I do feel like being able to get through that is something that is possible. This Ten of Wands, this feels like an energy of kind of being in a space of feeling as though there's just a lot. I do feel like with the Four of Cups shown up over here, this feels like an energy of somebody who is in a space where I do feel like emotionally there is something that is not quite, this person may be in a space where they feel kind of stuck emotionally and when it comes to their feelings. I even feel like this person may feel a little bit demotivated when it comes to being able to show up for this connection the way that they need to at this time. I do feel like with this Four of Cups, this feels like an energy of kind of being in a space where somebody feels even a little bit discouraged. It could be even a sense of this person kind of talking themselves out of doing something they're supposed to do. But I do feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of being able to really experience what feels like a fresh start. That may be something you're after, something that you want, or even a new beginning, especially in being able to have something that feels more stable. And I do feel like when it comes to being able to get there, with this Ace of Pentacles, this feels like a breakthrough that is allowing for you to be able to get that. I do feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, this also feels like an increase in your finances. So you do also feel like hard work paying off with that Ten of Wands showing up over here. With the Ten of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of thinking about the future. And I do feel like actually being able to feel the sense of wanting to be able to have the sense of emotional being able to get to a place where emotionally you feel good, you feel harmony in a connection. I do feel like that is a driving factor. I do feel like there is this desire to be able to have this happily ever after in this connection with you. And I do feel like this person, when it comes to being able to take efforts, take action towards making efforts to getting there, there is this desire to be able to get there. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Hermit. And we have the Six of Pentacles. And we have the Hierophant. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands does feel like an energy of being able to work well with somebody. You do feel like a partnership that feels like it's leading somewhere productive as far as being able to build something meaningful and even something strong. I do feel like there is a solid foundation in anything you're building with somebody. I do feel like with the Four of Wands, this does also feel like an energy of being able to have that security within a connection. I do feel like there is a sense of being able to actually build something that is very meaningful, very real between the two of you. When it comes to you being able to work together to be able to create that foundation's connection, I do feel like there is a strong sense of compatibility, especially when it comes to being able to work with this person. I do feel like with the 10 of Wands shown up over there, this does feel like an energy of kind of being in a space where somebody may be kind of taking on a lot more than their fair share. I do feel like there is a need for balance. And I do feel like with the 10 of Wands, this is about being able to really be vulnerable enough to let somebody else also contribute to assisting in carrying the load. I do feel like with the Hermit though, it feels like an energy of being in a space where somebody is really, I do feel like they're self-evaluating, they're going within. This Hermit card does feel like an energy of really being quite introspective. I also feel like being introspective with purpose. It does feel like an energy of being able to learn a lot about oneself. And I do feel like with this Four of Cups, this feels like an energy of somebody feeling like something is missing. I feel like when it comes to being able to approach that situation for this person, it requires them to go within. And I do feel like with the Hermit card shown up over here, this feels like an energy of kind of even being in a space where somebody's kind of taking time out to be able to do that. This does feel like a little bit of a withdrawn energy. But I do feel like with the Hermit card, it is for a purpose. I do feel like there's a sense of being able to actually learn something when it comes to being able to take time out. And with the Hermit card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being able to learn from other people. And I do feel like when it comes to being able to listen to somebody else, it's like they are also seeking counsel or guidance from somebody who is, I do feel like, a good person to listen to when it comes to a situation that is actually impacting this person in a way that's kind of uncomfortable with that Four of Cups. I do feel like this person needing to be able to get back in touch with who they are, themselves and reevaluate themselves from internally. I do feel like with the Hermit card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of actually seeking out counsel from somebody who's wiser, somebody who's been through what they're going through. But I do feel like with the Hermit card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of someone doing the soul searching work. I do feel like with the Six of Pentacles showing up over here, this feels like energy of needing to be able to have a balance in this connection when it comes to the give and take. I also get that with the 10 of Wands. This feels like an energy of being able to let somebody else also be able to carry a load in this connection instead of it being one-sided. With this Six of Pentacles, this feels like an energy of being able to share the responsibility within a connection. And I do feel like as far as emotional responsibility, and even when it comes to the responsibility as far as the effort in this connection as well. I do feel like when it comes to being able to have that balance in this connection, this is about not doing more than what you are receiving. This feels like having that balance and that flow. And I do feel like with the Six of Pentacles, this does feel like a very generous energy. So I do feel like it's something that somebody needs to guard against. But with the Hierophant card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of wanting to be able to commit into a connection where I do feel like there's a lot of belief in where this can be, where things can lead. And I do feel like with the Four of Wands and the 10 of Cups and the Hierophant, this feels like a very good energy for being able to build a connection with somebody who is on the same page with you. And I do feel like also an ideal partner to be able to create that with. With the Hierophant, this does feel like a pretty committed energy. I also feel like a desire for being able to make things more so official, more so exclusive, and even take things to the next level. With the 10 of Cups showing up over here, I do feel like this also feels like an energy of thinking about the future and thinking about being able to actually have this connection, be able to go the distance in a very meaningful way. This does feel like you have a very deep connection with this person. I do feel like with the Hermit card, this does feel like this person does take you seriously and take this connection very seriously as well. I do feel like with the Hierophant card showing up over here and the Hermit card, this feels like a desire for being able to learn so that they can show up better for this connection. And I do feel like with the Hierophant card, this also feels like an energy of being able to be open to learning from somebody who is wise. So I do feel like there's a sense of kind of seeking out counsel of how to handle things or approach things in this connection. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have playfulness. We have let go of control issues. And we have the honeymoon card. So this playfulness card showing up over here does feel like an energy of needing to have the playfulness be brought back into this connection. I do feel like with the Four of Cups, this feels like an energy of actually feeling a little bit apathetic or even feeling a little bit bored. I do feel like with this playfulness card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to connect with someone in a more light-hearted way. And I do feel like that may be something that also kind of brings back motivation into this connection for this person. I do feel like with this playfulness card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being able to have romance brought back into things. And I do feel like there is also a sense of being able to experience this connection as one that's kind of, I do feel like connecting with this person from this place where it does feel like it's got this youthful spirit in how you are relating with each other. I do feel like that's something that also does make the connection feel more lighthearted and also brings back the sense of, I do feel like the sense of this connection working out in a way that is satisfying to everybody involved. But with the let go of control issues card showing up over here, I do feel like this is about allowing the connection to unfold naturally as opposed to trying to ensure that things go a certain way. I do feel like a lot of this connection may even be more so, it may happen, a lot of things in the connection may happen unexpectedly. This is about being able to really let this connection unfold naturally. I do feel like with this let go of control issues showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being able to really have trust in the process. And even in, I do feel like in yourself and even in this person when it comes to your connection. I feel like you have a very strong connection. So I do feel like that should be easier to do. With the honeymoon card showing up over here, this does feel like more enjoyable moments and even more light-hearted moments and opportunities to be able to create memories on the horizon of this connection. I do feel like with the honeymoon card showing up over here, this also feels like it is about stepping into a new level in your connection. You may feel like the honeymoon phase where everything feels good, everything feels very blissful. But I do also feel like being able to really enjoy each other's time in this connection as well. And with the honeymoon card showing up over here, this does also feel like an energy of getting a chance to spend time with somebody or somebody really wanting to be able to get that chance to spend time with you, void of any distractions or anything that's kind of weighing anything down. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Sagittarius.